Guys, I need you to imagine that pause didn't happen right there, but also imagine that slowly, like there's balloons rising and a sign that says 100th video because that's where we are. We made it, and I had plans to do something special. Everyone was like, "Hey, what are you gonna do for your 100th video? Like that's a kind of a benchmark." And I was like, yeah, it is. I haven't planned ahead yet. So this is how we're gonna celebrate. Um, I don't know what to make of it. People still ask me like what the point of this is, what I'm doing, what I'm looking for, if I have any goals, and I don't think I have any tangible goals. I don't think I know yet. I just know that I wanted to do this every day. I know that the camera shoots at 5 minute takes, so at the 5 minute mark, it cuts off whether I'm done or not. And so I had this idea of like, okay, well then I'll just shoot a video every day. It'll be 5 minutes or less. There'll be no editing, and we'll just see what happens. Like that was literally as simple as it was. And I wanted to tell stories about things that were happening in my life or that had happened in my life. And I've gotten kind of distracted from the storytelling part. It's a little difficult. I wanted to do some poetry, which I've done a little bit of, and that's, also difficult to do on a regular basis. Um, but today is actually, well, last night was the 4 year marker of when I got my second tattoo. Um, I actually got it on April 25th, but it was at night. It was after work. And so I had left work at Machinima and I just kind of walked across the street to this really cool tattoo parlor. Really cool tattoo. It really is. It doesn't look it from the outside. It's very discreet, but on the inside, it's actually this really interesting place. Um, and I just got this tattoo, which I had initially written the word forgiven from inside my arm to my wrist. I, like a couple days prior, had taken a Sharpie and written it in cursive because I was contemplating actually getting it that big. Luckily, I have sense and logic and good friends. And so I eventually kind of built it out in Photoshop using a couple different fonts, and I built the F myself with a couple different things, and then I went and I got it. Um, and what was really funny about this tattoo, I hope this is in frame, I'm guessing it is that when we were messing with the placement and I really wanted it here, and he was like, all right, when I get to this point, you're really gonna hate me. And I was like, I'm fine with that, let's just do it. And so he started down here at the end and he worked his way up. And then when he got down here, he was over on this side of my arm, and the positioning of my arm and the way he had to like pinch his finger and the trigger of the gun, these two places hurt so massively. I was just like, okay, I can do this. Just breathe through it. Just breathe through it. So by the time he got here, it was just nothing. It really wasn't that painful. And that's the story of a tattoo. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I think a lot of what this video thing has become is just kind of celebrating benchmarks and measuring time, and just trying to keep myself accountable for recognizing how much time is passing, and how much I could be doing to pursue the things I love. And if I sit here every day and talk about it, it's kind of like a digital journal. There's proof of me saying these things now, and I'm sharing them very publicly. So, you know, um, life's too short and things go by too fast, and we're already at 100 days of doing this. And if you've watched all 100, thank you so much. If you haven't, that's okay too. I understand. It's a an interesting weird thing to do, to watch a friend just talk about his life for a couple minutes every day. But I highly recommend doing something like this every morning. It really gets your brain kind of going and focused, and not necessarily, you don't have to do it on camera, but just setting aside 5 minutes, like set a 5 minute timer and do something, whether it's painting or drawing. I